have been in that fashion for Kuzma. Threes. Lamelo.
I think it's damn good to be his age. His speed, his quickness, his ability to make shots at all facets. In the paint. Floaters, threes. He has a 3-tier already, and he's going to only get better. Every game is a learning experience for him. He's going to get better and better, as the season goes on, as his career goes on, and so on and so on. So, him and Zoe are two, just very unique players in our league, and they showcase that every night.
This is the latest from Ball Facts News. The Lakers defeated the Hornets, but there was an upside to it as far as Lamelo Ball. He had 26 points. He led the Hornets in scoring. Now, that is a shocker because you got Terry Rozier and you got Gordon Hayward, who are the point getters, but Lamelo Ball does not back down. And as you've seen in the thumbnail, Lamelo respects LeBron. I mean, LeBron is like top 5 all-time players. He's goated. Now, you got to admit that. So everybody knows that. But when they asked LaMelo about playing him, was he excited or something like that? He's like, no, it's a game. It's every day's a game. And that's just the sign of LaMelo's not being, kissing people's butt or bowing down, which he doesn't have to. And I don't think he should if he wants to come in the league and really assert himself and be that top tier player. So we're not surprised by that. Before the game, Kyle Kuzma did have a quote. And he said he wasn't surprised, by what LaMelo's doing. He says being in Australia for him helped his game out a lot. It really sped up the process, understanding the game. You just see how well he's playing the game this year. Kuzma pointed out LaMelo has played basketball against older players for most of his career, which he thinks inevitably facilitated the young guard's growth. Going back to him being a 5th, 6th grader playing up against teens and going to Lithuania and then playing in the NBL in Australia with grown men, he said, when you are playing basketball with a higher level of people, your game is going to be much more mature. It's not really shocking to me. It's not really shocking to me either. And if Kyle Kuzma did have a little joke session with LaMelo, but I think he was just joking. He never thought LaMelo was trash. He's like, your shoes are going to be in Payless. Little does he know, no, they're not on Payless. And, I had a poll asking who would score more, LaMelo or Kuzma, and LaMelo won. Now, in more Ball Facts news, we're going to move over to the next headline. So this happened back in 2017, but it's rekindled in an interview. Lavar says, I told Steve Kerr, and time has gone by, I called him the Milli Vanilli of coaching. Lavar said Thursday, referring to the R&B duo from the late 1980s and early 90s. Girl, it's true. Don't get mad at me because that's what it is. But he's going to hold something against my son if he starts doing stuff and this, what he going to say. We don't do that around here. Now you got Melo trying to play the game, listen to me, and the guy who he works for. You can't perform like that. You got to have that over your head. So right now, I think, is that talking about LaMelo? Anyway, it kind of seemed like he's talking about LaMelo when he was talking about getting drafted. When Michael asked Lavar, is he expected his sons to listen to him over their particular coach, the elder Ball was emphatic. I don't expect them to. I know that they will, said Lavar. Now you have to know that. Your coach is going to give you offensive schemes and this and that, but Lavar, he's going to tell you what you're doing wrong and how to improve. So you're going to listen to your coach, but you're also going to listen to your dad. Lavar was then asked to explain why he considered Steve Kerr the Milli Vanilli of coaching basketball. And now this is good because we all thought Lavar was just going off the handles and talking. He said, Steve Kerr called me the Kardashians of basketball. All he had to do was call me LaVar Ball and we would have been fine. I call him the Milli Vanilli because you ain't coaching. You just standing up. I could coach them with my eyes closed. And I believe that Lavar would actually be a good coach for the Warriors. Just like, what are you talking about? I just believe that. I mean, you got Onyeka Okongwu going in the first round. You got Lonzo, you got Lamelo. When you coach them, they did great. And now when you train them, they get to the NBA. He had a better record in Lithuania than the Lithuania coach when he coached. So, and then the article goes on to say Lavar is entitled to his opinion, but Kerr came to the Warriors in 2014 and implemented an offensive system that took advantage of the elite shooting skills of Curry and Thompson. It led to an immediate NBA championship in his first season as a coach and a 73-win regular season in his second year. They're basically trying to validate why Steve Kerr is not the Milli Vanilli of coaching. And not that I think he's the Milli Vanilli of coaching, but we all know that Mark Jackson set that team up, and then Steve Kerr stepped in there. So that's what he's talking about. The same as Milli Vanilli, they came and got the Grammy, but they weren't in the booth before time. Then they say, for what it's worth, Lamelo disagreed with his father in September, saying he could fit on any team. Of course, Lamelo's gonna say he's gonna fit on any team. That's what you gotta say. Now, speaking of the Warriors, this is gonna get even more interesting because Klay Thompson's father wishes Lonzo Ball was on the Warriors. He wants him on the Warriors. Let's read this. Klay's dad wishes Lonzo was on the Warriors. Lavar wants son traded, originally appeared on NBC Sports Bay Area. Lonzo Ball is having the best season of his career. The number 2 overall pick from 2017 draft is averaging 14.2 points, 5.5 assists, 4.2 rebounds, and 1.3 steals through 37 games while shooting 38.9% from deep on 7 of 7 attempts. There is a chance that Ball, who is scheduled to be restricted free agent this summer, gets traded by the New Orleans Pelicans before next week's deadline. That's crazy. Lonzo can play, Klay Thompson's father, Michael said. I think that's how you say his name. And Thursday morning on ESPN LA's Mason and Ireland show, I wish he was on the Warriors, passing the ball to Steph, Curry, and Klay. Now, if Lonzo was passing the ball, if he was running the point guard and Steph Curry and Klay Thompson were just there to run around screens and catch and shoot, that would be devastating. And it's something that we all noticed the Pelicans aren't using Lonzo right. Even people like Klay's dad. It's not just some of us YouTubers that they say, you're on Lonzo's jock, you're this, no, this is just the facts. You can look, you can see. People are not saying we want Lonzo so that he can just be a 3-and-D guy. They're saying we want Lonzo so he can be a playmaker, because that is what he is. Let's keep reading. Goes on to say, shortly after Michael made that comment, Lavar Ball joined the show and was asked if he wants his son to remain in New Orleans. Lavar says, no, he cannot stay in New Orleans. Lonzo's always been a playmaker. Why are you trying to change him into a defensive specialist that stays in the corner and shoots threes? And you're trying to change Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram, who all through their careers have never been playmakers. Now you want to put the ball in their hands. They're going to have a hard time trying to win every game if the playmaker isn't making the right play. Those are just facts. Everybody can see that. Does he think Lonzo will finish the season with the Pelicans? I don't know what they're going to do. I hope he gets traded, though, Lavar said. I don't like watching him play like he's playing. None of us do. We do not like watching him play like that. It's horrible. So I hope that he gets traded. Lavar hopes he gets traded. Now, there's some Pelican fans that's like, no, we need Zoe. Keep him with us. Well, your coach is not making it any easier. And I like what Lavar said. Like, you guys really tried to change. You really tried to change Lonzo. And the fact that he's putting these numbers up in the midst of you taking his playmaking ability away. He's still finding ways to make plays at times, still finding ways to take his shot percentage up. So now these other teams see that his free throw percentage is not in the 50s, we're in the high 70s, and now his three-point percentage is 40. So they're willing to take him off their hands because they say he could always play make. We just worried about his shooting. His shooting is great. Now get him for playmaking. It only makes sense. Also, Lonzo Ball will strongly consider New York Knicks as restricted free agent this summer. Lonzo Ball has made himself a lot of money with the way he's played this season. Set to become a restricted free agent this summer, Ball, who did not sign a rookie extension with the New Orleans Pelicans this past offseason, has backed up the marked shooting improvement we saw in 2018-19 and could well be in line for something in the neighborhood of $80 million over 4 years. The question is, who will be paying him? The New York Post is reporting that the Knicks, who are known to be monitoring Ball situations in New Orleans as of March 25th trade deadline approaches next Thursday, would be heavily on Ball's radar this summer. The Pelicans don't trade Ball. If the Pelicans don't trade Ball, they will have the right to match any offer he receives from another team. But ESPN salary cap expert Bobby Marks told the Post the Pels most likely wouldn't match an offer sheet that starts higher than $18 million per year. They most likely would not match it. The Knicks have a ton of cap room this summer, and if they really wanted to, would be able to drive the price on Ball so high as to eliminate other suitors, including New Orleans. If the Pelicans think the Knicks are going to offer Ball a number, they won't match it. It would make sense for them to seek out a trade before next Thursday's deadline to avoid losing Ball for nothing. So, this report is saying that the Pelicans think that they're going to lose Lonzo Ball. You might as well trade him to get something in return. So before the trade deadline, we could see Lonzo out of New Orleans. That is mind-blowing to think about Lonzo going to be in another jersey this season. You guys let me know in the comments if you want him to go to the Knicks. It's also reported that the Clippers are very interested in him. See, teams want a playmaker. Pelicans are the only team, and they have Lonzo Ball, that don't want to use him for playmaking. The Knicks want him to pass the ball and make plays. The Clippers want him to pass the ball and make plays. That's what the Bulls would use him for. That's what the Heat would use him for. But the Pelicans, they got Zion and Ingram bringing the ball down, making plays. It just doesn't make sense for the Pelicans. That organization, to me, needs a facelift. They need to do something. Maybe take it from their competition. Take a page out of their book. If I was the Pelicans, I would bring Lonzo in the front office and be like, we know these teams are on the table. They want you. We know they want to make you the playmaker. We're committing to you that you will be bringing the ball down the court now. In the fourth quarter, in the third quarter, not just the first and the second, you get a couple plays. No, we want you to get this many shots. We want you to make plays. Don't leave us. They should be begging Lonzo Ball. But we'll see how that goes. In more Ball Facts news, in the Los Angeles Times, Lavar, of course, speaks about reuniting his sons in the NBA. Let's read about this. Everybody is shocked on what Melo is doing now, says Lavar. And here's the thing. When all three of them get on the same team, it's going to be the biggest thing in the NBA. He said that for the longest time. Everyone ignores him. They do not believe it. Ball said in an interview, sellout crowds every night, and they're going to get a championship because the speed they play with together as grown men is unmatched. They used to wearing people down and just going so fast that you can't keep up with them. These are so many facts. When I put a video out that said the Hornets could be the most exciting team in basketball, people told me, well, you forgot about the Nets. I did not forget about the Nets. I know the Nets would be more talented than the Hornets, but they would not be more exciting. When you think about all three brothers and their chemistry, when you think about Lonzo and Lamelo and their flashy passes, and then you think about the speed that all three play at, that will be so exciting, like something we have never seen. It's like Showtime to the third degree. So I still stand by that, and I believe that. Ball said he believes the Lakers would draft LiAngelo to join Lonzo, whom the franchise had selected overall in 2017. Yeah, the Lakers messed up on that, but it didn't happen. In 2019, Lonzo was drafted to New Orleans as part of the deal that netted the Lakers franchise big man Anthony Davis. LiAngelo began training camp in Detroit in December, but was waived by the regular season began. But before. Did I just turn that? Okay. With Lamelo blossoming into one of the league's top young guards in the first year of his rookie contract, a lot of us are surprised at how good he really is, to tell the truth. One Eastern Conference scout told the Times, the only feasible landing spot for such a Chino Hills reunion in short term would be in Charlotte. LiAngelo is not with an NBA team currently, but has continued training Lonzo has been discussed in potential trade since he and the New Orleans did not come to an agreement on a rookie deal extension in offseason. The trade deadline is March 25th. After this season, Lonzo will become a restricted free agent. Pelicans, that was the worst mistake of your lives. You got it? Is that the end of that article? Let's see. No, it's not the end of the article. Let's keep going on. Would the Hornets be a destination Lonzo would target? Charlotte's starting backcourt of Ball and Terry Rozier are on the books to return next season. Both have major factors in the team's surprise 20-19 start. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Terry Rozier, great player. I see him more as a six-man coming off the bench. Why? Because he's instant offense. But defensive-wise, no. And when he's so short that the offense can just see right over him, they get a clear path to pass and make plays. Lonzo Ball is going to be all up in your face. And I say, Lonzo, I'm waiting on one of these teams to take a chance and say, you know what, says Lavar, we're going to get all three ball boys and then watch what happens. Watch the show because I know what they can do all three together. A lot of us know. One of them is good, two of them is better, and three of them together, that's the best. And Lavar goes on to say, down here, my boys are performers. They'll play in front of crowds and stuff, but the bigger the crowd, the better they play. That is huge. Lamelo's playing good right now, and there's like minimal crowds. So when we step that crowd up, all these restrictions start going down, Lamelo's even going to go further. But you guys let me know in the comment section what you think about all this stuff, from Lavar clapping back at Steve Kerr from Steve Kerr's original comment, and them making Lavar the antagonist when Steve Kerr called him a Kardashian first. Tell me what you think about Lonzo on the Clippers, Lonzo on the Knicks. Tell me what you think about the Pelicans. Why are the Pelicans letting Lonzo play a position he's not supposed to play and letting him leave? I'll leave that up to you guys. What else did we talk about? We also talked about Kyle Kuzma, speaking of Lamelo, Klay Thompson's dad. All around, it's a good day for the Ball family. Good day for Ball Facts. And thank you guys for listening. So I want you to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Ball Facts again. Peace.